Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy you're here today, and I would love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and stick around for a little while. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cute Irish candle for St. Patrick's Day. First, we're going to need one of these glasses from Dollar Tree, some of these candle wicks that I got at Walmart, 3 of the Mainstay salted butterscotch caramel wax cubes, 4 of the lemongrass wax cubes, and 5 of the sweet apple wax cubes that I got at Walmart, all for 93 cents each. We're also going to need a spare glass cup to melt the wax and some forks to hold the wicks in place. Also, this is going to be very hot, so be sure to have some oven mitts or something to protect your hands. We're going to start by putting the wick in the bottom of the candle, so I use a little bit of hot glue just to hold it in place until I can get wax around it. Make sure you get it right in the center of your glass and use forks to hold it straight. To start the candle, I'm going to take these butterscotch wax cubes and put 2 blocks in my glass. I'm then going to put it in the microwave at 30-second intervals to melt. I use a plastic spoon in between intervals to make sure it's all mixed together and melted evenly. It's going to take about 3 minutes. Once that's melted, I take the last butterscotch wax and add that block to my glass. I then put it back in the microwave at 30-second intervals until it's completely melted. Be sure to protect your hands because it's going to be very hot. Once that's done, I then carefully pour the wax into the glass using the forks to hold the wick straight. You need to wait an hour between colors so that it's good and set up. After about an hour, I take my spoon and I just clean up the spills that I made on the side of the glass. Once I have my glass clean, I'm going to take the white lemongrass wax cubes and use 2 of those in my glass, and once again I'm going to do the 30-second intervals until it's completely melted. Again, this is going to be very hot, so protect your hands. Once that's melted, I'm going to take my other 2 wax cubes and add those to the glass and go back in the microwave and melt at 30-second intervals, stirring occasionally to make sure everything is melted. Once that's completely melted, I very carefully pour that into the glass and again use the forks to hold the wick straight. Again, I let this set an hour to completely set up before I put in the green. Okay, after an hour, I clean the glass yet again to make sure I don't have any splashed up on the sides. Then I use my green wax and put 2 of the bars into my glass. I then place it back in the microwave just like before at 30-second intervals, stir in between. Once that's completely melted, I come back and add 2 more of the bars because that's all that's going to fit in my little glass. If you've got a bigger glass, you can probably get all in there. And then just melt that at 30-second intervals, stirring in between. Once that's completely melted, very carefully pour the wax into your glass. Again, this is very hot, so please be careful. Now I'm going to prop the wick up on the fork so that it's in the center, and then I'm going to melt the last little bit of wax I have. Again, 30-second intervals. Then we're just going to pour that in the glass and use the forks to prop the wicks back up center. I then let this dry for several hours to make sure everything's good and solid. Now that we've got the candles all poured and they're good and set up, I'm going to take and clean up around the edges where the green wax and other waxes got on the inside and outside of the candles. I just use my utility knife and a baby wipe to do this. And as you can see, this one candle has a hole in it, so I just took my heat gun and heated up the wax and let it fill in the hole and then set it to the side to go ahead and dry, and this worked perfectly. Now I'm just going to go ahead and trim the wicks to about 1/4 of an inch. Now I've decided I'm going to put a gold lip on the top of this glass. There's a little bit of a rim up there, so I'm going to take my masking tape and just follow right around the bottom of that rim. Now that I have the tape all the way around the glass, I'm going to use this gold metallic marker I got from Crafter's Square and Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to simply go around and color the edges. This did take a little bit of time, and I think I ended up putting 2 coats on to fully cover. And here it is, all finished. I'm really happy with the way this turned out, especially for never pouring candles before and using 93-cent wax from Walmart. And here they are sitting on top of my cute little candle holders I made the other day. I hope y'all really enjoyed this video and love the way they turned out as much as I do. And if you did, please hit that like and subscribe button and stick around for more fun DIYs.